Hello, welcome to Tete a Tete with Sally. Today's episode, we're going to talk about relationships with our parents. What sort of relationship do you have with your parent? Sometimes the background of a child will determine his relationship with his parents. How was he nurtured? Sometimes you want to know if the child has come from a polygamous home. Have they come from a peaceful home? Have they come from a secure home? Do they feel that their parents listen? Do they feel that their parents have empathy? Do they feel that when they have a problem, their parents might scream and shout and say, "What?" Or do they feel that safety to share their innermost secrets that worry them with their parents? So security in a relationship between a father and the children, and a mother and the children is very important. As a child growing up, my father and my mother were my best friends. And now that I'm a mother, I just find that my children are my best friends. So are your children your best friends? Are your parents your best friends? We're going to find out today with a very, very special guest we have. We have a living legend, a pioneer actor of the Nigerian movie industry. I bet you're guessing who I'm going to call. An award-winning veteran and the veteran actor of Nigeria, VAN. He's holding that award just like you have SAN. He's also currently the senior special assistant to the governor of Anambra State for creative media and movies, for movies and entertainment. Guess who's coming? I'm not going to tell you the name. You'll find out in a moment. See you soon. Ciao. Let's go to the studio and you find out who the special guest is. Bye. My special guest today is Chief Bob-Manuel Udokwu. Please let's welcome him. Welcome. COVID greetings. Welcome. So welcome to our show. The mystery guest, everybody has been guessing and guessing. Who is this special guest? But many of them guessed right.
Oh, yeah.
Because you live up to your reputation.
Thank you.
Welcome so much for being a special guest on this show.
Thank you.
You're a family man, and we know you for being a family man. And so we've invited you because all the time we have the perspective of women. And so as a family man, we're inviting you today to talk to us about your relationship with your children as a parent. What you think it should be like, and what it has been, and what our youth and our students can learn from you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for inviting me. Being in my kind of profession, entertainment, show business, being a parent is not easy. But I have a wonderful family. I have wonderful children. I'm hardly around because of the exigencies of the job. So one is always out on location, either for movies or when I was anchoring Good or Ultimate Search, or some other things I do for the entertainment industry.
I mean, what has been out of location? What impact has it had on your family? Has it impacted negatively or positively?
Both ways, there are two sides to a coin. The good part of it is that I have a very understanding family. Well, before my children were born, I was already neck deep into, they came into the world knowing their father to be in the industry, And when they were kids, they've actually done one or two things on television with me, So the understanding, it makes it a bit easier that right from the onset of their lives, they knew that their father is a bit different. And his job is not the regular 9 to 5.
Yes.
And so it makes it easier for them to understand my absence most times. It also makes them to aspire to be something different. Mm-hmm. But then the other side of it is that whenever I have time and I'm home, I try as much as possible to spend time and time again with them to make up for the lost times.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I say to the press, if only they can put a CCTV in my house without knowing. So people will be shocked what I do with my kids. We roll on the floor, we tell stories, we watch programs together, and I try to essentially make them my friends. I make them my friends. I give them the leeway to talk to me and share their concerns. When we were growing up, we didn't have that latitude of talking to your parents, saying your mind, speaking your mind, So sometimes you have issues that agitate your mind as a child, as a boy child. The father is always the disciplinarian in the house. I am too. But because I'm not around all the time, I try to strike a balance between being the disciplinarian, the head of the family, and the loving father, who is also a friend, who you can reach to, who you can jump on, and play with, who you can go wake up in the morning, or he's reading novel like I always do, and you jump on him and say, "Oh, Daddy, leave this, leave your reading. Let's talk." So I do that. I make them my friends. I give them. I even prompt them to say, "If you have any concerns, let's talk about it." Absolutely. No matter what the topic is, I'm here to guide you, and it yields results, because sometimes you don't even know that little things that as an adult you don't bother with weigh heavily on the minds of children.
Absolutely.
And so that takes you back to your own childhood.
Yes.
When things like a schoolmate or a friend says, "Look at your eyes," or "Look at your nose," or "Look at your mouth," or "Look at your legs," "Look at your height," you begin to wonder, is anything wrong with my head, or with my eyes, or with my toes, But as you grow older, you find out that those things are not jokes. For children, it's still, like we talk about bullies.
Yes.
Our parents never really bothered about bullies, and when they find out, they will encourage you to fight that bully. These days it's not really we are a new set of parents with new sets of values. So I encourage my children to share their concerns with me, and sometimes these concerns are things that shouldn't really bother a child, but when you discuss them with them, those issues, and as an adult you have, they look at you like, my son says I'm his hero.
Yes.
And of course my daughter will always say, "You are the best dad in the world."
Yes.
I believe every parent should be able to get that from their children. Absolutely. If you are close enough to them and make them your friends, and they'll be able to tell you things that ordinarily you wouldn't know about. And if it concerns activities in school that are negative, you can, on your own, make investigations, go back to the school and let the authorities know things like this are going on in your school. And you find out that they are shocked. Because ordinarily, the school system will not encourage them to speak out.
Yes. And
if you're the kind of parent, kind of father that is always the disciplinarian, they shut down. Yeah. They won't let out what is agitating their minds. But if you relax and take them into confidence, they tell you things that by the time you talk with them, you find out that they're becoming better and better every time.
And they trust you, and they have more confidence in you.
Yes.
I remember when my first daughter, Solange, she was doing skydiving, and I had no clue. And so she called me, and she was like, Mama, I'm doing something really dangerous, and I'm scared to tell Papa, but I know I can tell you, but please don't shout. So I'm saying to her, I said, wait, like there are only two things that she'll tell me that will make me shout. She said, Mama, what? I said, are you pregnant? She said, oh, of course not, Mama. Is Chantal pregnant? That's her sister. No. I said, then I can handle whatever else it is. So at least they know your threshold.
Oh yes.
I was also going to ask you, what has the impact of lockdown been on your family life? Has it been positive or has it been negative?
In some ways, it's not just my family. COVID-19 and lockdown has fundamentally changed the world the way we used to know it. Yes. I mean, some people still don't believe it, but I think the earlier we reconcile ourselves with the fact that the world has changed, once again, we'll be able to live with it. Just like the world changed after World War II.
Yes.
And World War I,
absolutely.
And the Black Plague. So for my family, it's a mixed bag. You have more time to spend with your family if you're with them, or if you're not with them, there's always the anxiety, on both sides of the family divide if you're not close to home before the lockdown started and you're trapped somewhere. Mm-hmm. So it has a negative side, which means you miss your family, mm-hmm. You're scared, you don't know what's happening, you hear the NCDC reel out new infections every day, and then they also worry about you. you want to keep safe and you want them to be safe. So, yeah, the impact has been a mixed bag. As
But of course,
lockdown
if for example you lock down indoors with them, what do you?
Oh yeah,
that
for that it's a plus.
Yes,
because now everybody is at home, everybody is bonding, everybody are doing things together.
Yeah.
So that's the good part of it.
And then finally, I know your time is very expensive, and we're so happy that you've made time to come here. What would you say the impact of this lockdown has been on the movie industry?
Oh, negative.
Oh no.
Oh, seriously negative. Movie making is more like a person-to-person work.
Yes.
I mean, you cannot do a movie just like sports. Entertainment is person-to-person. If you have live shows, the audience has to be there, and you're giving your shows, they are screaming, they are clapping, they are standing up, and they are yelling, they want more. And they say these things pass on through droplets of people coughing or sneezing or laughing and all that.
Yeah.
Movie making is more like contact profession, person-to-person relationship on camera.
Yes.
And it's not cartoon, it's human beings.
It's
so
real.
The lockdown really impacted very negatively on the entertainment industry generally. Apart from movie making, some of us make extra cash in the entertainment industry when people invite you to be the master of ceremonies for seminars, weddings,
yes.
burials, functions. Some of us also get paid to attend functions.
Yes.
All expenses paid. You are invited to a very big show in Abuja, for instance, because they want to. We have, like you introduced me as being a pioneer in Nigerian entertainment industry.
Absolutely.
So we have paid our dues, and we are brands. And sometimes corporate bodies will want you to attend their functions, and they pay you to be there. Sometimes they also invite you to give a talk.
Yes.
Schools, organizations, individuals who are organizing things will want you to come. And then these things that are taken care of, your expenses, logistics are taken care of, and you come there. All that has stopped.
Yes.
I think I should use this opportunity to ask government to do some kind of palliative for the entertainment industry.
Absolutely.
A lot of my colleagues in the movie industry are neck deep, in fact, over their heads in debt and penury. So the federal government, through whichever ministry, should be able to seriously, because we are unofficial ambassadors of this country.
Totally.
Nigeria has always been bad in the news outside this country. I travel, but the good thing is that when they see you, you get to a country that is not very friendly to Nigeria, and you throw your passport, and they check you in the system, and they find out, oh, you're an actor. Yes.
Wow.
The thing becomes, how long do you want to stay?
Yes.
And
because you're a tourist edifice.
Oh yes. So you carry both the burden and the glory of the country on you all the time, and you can't afford to go one step out of turn when you're out of this country, or even when you're in. So with all that we do, the introduction, you said Nollywood, Nigeria film industry is number 3 in the world.
Third largest, yes.
With that, we should be carried like eggs by the authorities.
We should be pampered.
But unfortunately, like every other sector, they pay us little or no attention. But this is a special time, period of hardship for everybody.
Yes.
But this industry, which is more like the golden goose that also lays the golden egg,
absolutely.
We speak without speaking about this country positively with our work.
Yes.
When we shot the upgrade of Living in Bondage last year, it took us to South Africa. I know how the response when I stepped off the plane in Johannesburg, when I stepped off the next plane in Durban, where we finally shot, when they see us on locations, what they were doing, they were receiving us like these are African kings.
Yes.
Why is it that a prophet is never given honor in his home?
Yeah.
Federal government should look for a way to give palliative to the entertainment industry, especially Nollywood. We're not working anymore. And you guys are the ones who gave us the order. We don't want you to do this person-to-person business again. We have school fees to pay, we have rent to pay, we have bills to pay, we buy fuel in the same fuel stations like everybody else, we go to the same market, but we pay a heavy price.
Yes.
When they see you in the market, they change the price to go higher. It's the same naira we use, like everybody else. Government, do something for the entertainment industry. Bob-Manuel is begging you through Salim Palifo.
Yes. And that is what this tete-a-tete is all about. It's a platform for professionals, for students, people who have made a mark in the industry, who have made a difference in the Nigerian industry. I remember when I was a director general, I was working so much with the actors and actresses, and we kept saying to them, and I want to ask you that question. We have, my last job, we upgraded all the tourism sites in Anambra. Owerri Zukala is beautiful. We have picnics there all the time, and we also have Ogbunike Cave. Do you think that as an actor that you can influence the Nollywood industry to shoot their movies in our tourism resorts so that we're exporting our tourism through your acting? Do you think it's something you can do?
Absolutely. We talk about that all the time. But you see, there's always the system in Nigeria has been structured since after the Civil War in such a way that everybody depends on government.
Yes.
That's why when I hear some people talk about restructuring Nigeria along the lines of pre-independence Nigeria, I think they are right. After the Civil War, the government took over everything.
Yes.
It's not done anywhere in the world.
Yes.
So today, what you're saying is correct, but if the government doesn't give incentive to movie makers,
yes,
I don't think we can make it.
I remember in Jonathan's time, he unleashed that when I was in Director General, 500 million, I think he gave to the movie industry.
They're saying the same thing now.
Is that going to happen?
It's most times I feel it's always on paper. It's on the media, and something concrete never comes out of it. What I'm telling government, just to align with what you're saying, Nigeria has breathtaking tourist destinations.
Absolutely.
I was the longest anchor man of Gulder Ultimate Search, and it took me to places that I could never believe existed in Nigeria. Exotic locations.
Absolutely.
Some people saw on TV, a lot of people didn't see because we had to look at several places, several locations before you settle on one to shoot. Spectacular places you won't believe are in this country. Why do we not develop our tourism potential? Why do we leave other countries we consider smaller, African countries, to develop their tourism industries so much so that we look forward to going there instead of them looking forward to coming to big Nigeria?
Yes.
Is it because of oil? So to answer you, for us to develop our tourism sector in Nigeria in terms of national life, wildlife, and shooting movies in exotic places, government has to give incentive to filmmakers. It's not lip service. I'll give you an example. If a movie maker is going to shoot in Yankari Game Reserve, for instance, government should be able to pick up the bill for his transport,
yes,
his accommodation, his feeding,
yes,
of the cast and crew. It's business, so let him pay the artist fees, yes, and all that. Yes. They should be able to pay for his transport, both wherever location is coming from, to logistic movement around the state or around the locations where he's going to shoot, his hotel bill.
yes.
Shooting movies don't last forever.
No, they don't.
If government can pay for you to shoot a movie in a particular place, Yankari Game Reserve,
yes,
1 month, it's like a drop. It's not even up to a drop of water in the billions that are being stolen that we see and hear on radio all the time, and people are fainting. That amount makes me faint too.
Yes.
But they should, with little or nothing,
yes,
they can have movies being shot simultaneously all over the country.
Absolutely.
What people know about Nigeria today in terms of movie is what they see.
Yes.
The background, the locations we
Yes.
use. Our people in diaspora, I meet them most times and they say, Bob, anytime I want to feel like I'm in Nigeria, close my eyes and be in Nigeria, I put your films.
Yes.
And I see places I know in Enugu, in Onitsha, in Lagos, in Abuja, Abeokuta, in Benin. These are places we shoot films.
Truly.
So help us tell them.
Yes, that's what this
We need to promote our hospitality industry in general.
I think such an interesting thing. We came today to talk about family. And it's interesting how, I've been saying everybody knows me as a tourism guru. But the truth of the matter is that when I was the Director General, I was going blue in the face, telling people about domestic tourism. That is what this is all about.
Oh, yes.
The fact that tourism has replaced oil. And yet again, it's happening again. Price of oil has crashed.
Yes.
And so we're back to looking at tourism. People are calling me, I'm like, I'm not in tourism anymore. I'm in solid minerals.
And even
I'm in
bringing
education. But that's the reality.
Even bringing it back to what we're saying about family.
Yes.
Why would families from Nigeria
yes.
take themselves to another country
Absolutely.
for vacation?
Yes.
When you can comfortably choose for more than 10 places in Nigeria
We have so many
where
places.
you'll be comfortable
Absolutely.
to let your children. Our children don't even see wildlife except on Nat Geo.
Truly.
And those are shot in South Africa.
Yes.
You go to South Africa and then they take you there.
Yes.
But we have, first time I saw a live lion was in Jos Zoo.
Yes.
Perhaps the lion may have died by now. First time I saw an elephant,
yes.
I think it was in Jos Wildlife.
Yes.
But can you believe that somebody sold the zoo in Enugu?
Are you serious?
One governor came, sold the zoo in Enugu. It's now a beautiful estate. Do you know the irony? All the streets in that former zoo is named after animals.
Oh, that is so sad.
So sad.
I mean, I traveled around the whole country because I was just nothing but a banker. Always in the office, and they gave me this job in tourism. Initially, I said, no, thank you. I don't know anything about tourism, so I rejected the job. I was competing to be an MD of a bank, so that for me was like a big deal. And at the end, they were like, we'll make sure you don't get that MD job. We'll make sure. I said, let me finish trying. If I don't get it, I'll come and be tourism. But as soon as I sat on the seat, it was just at a eureka moment. Wait a minute. This is an opportunity for me to sell Nigeria to the whole world. And what I found out that in the branding that I had, when people see me with a green, white, green on my head, from afar they'll be saying, thank you. They're thanking me for carrying Nigeria as a brand internationally. Yeah. And so the connection in my very recent job, Ministry of Diaspora, Culture and Tourism of Anambra, diaspora connected with us. That is one of the great things about Anambra State, that His Excellency has made it possible for people in diaspora to come here every other month. They come with their surgery equipment, they come with their tools, they come with computers, they're helping our schools. So now that I'm in charge of tertiary education, solid minerals, science and technology, oil and gas, these are all under me today, and tertiary education, we have created this platform. Last episode we had the children of Ojukwu Odumegwu University. They made so many incredible inventions. Yeah. That is what this is all about. So this a platform is where such great acting veterans like him can come here to share their experiences. And I'm so happy that he's been able to say what really he feels from down there, because this is a listening ear platform. The message will go to the federal government. It will go to the masses of Nigerians. Those who do not promote tourism, as Nigerian citizens, we begin to promote tourism. And I'm just so happy that you are here as an ambassador of tourism, ambassador of culture, ambassador of Nigeria all over the world. Because people respect the culture, because culture is part of our tourism. People respect the culture that you bring in the movies that you act. And young men, because I'm a woman hosting this program, it's been such an important thing for us to have such a special guest like Bob-Manuel to come here and share his experiences as a family man. And you can see we've used it to touch all other areas. It's really a melting pot. And I really can't thank you enough. And I hope we can have you here more often. And maybe at a later stage, you can be a visiting mentor. Because we mentor the youth, we talk to them quietly, we also share their problems. We can have some of the gentlemen have access to you if you feel that at some point you want to be part of what we're doing. You already become part of it by being here today. So I want to thank you so much. We normally give kisses when we say welcome and kisses when we say goodbye, but these are COVID times and we really have to. So I throw kisses to you and say welcome and thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you.
My dear young viewers, my students, my young people of Nigeria or in the diaspora of Anambra, this is a very special program. Make sure that you pick on it. Whatever issues that you have, remember, tete-a-tete, anonymous. If you don't want to be known but you want your problem to be discussed, call Ashley, call Raf, or call Paul, and I'm also there. Bob-Manuel will be there whenever you need him. And for those of you that desire to be actors and actresses, that's when he'll be available to give you advice on choosing a career. We've had a topic on careers. These are people who have made an example of their lives through hard work, through perseverance. You see him smiling. He can tell you the hard work that was involved in it. Let's show his face smiling, please. You're smiling now, but it wasn't easy, was it?
And it wasn't. Not at all. Nothing good comes easy, though.
Absolutely. So you need, what are the qualities would you say that one needs to be a success like you today? Let the young men listen to you.
It's just hard work, and hard work.
That is it. Hard work never kills. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. So we'll see you once again, my dear young ones. Remember to call or WhatsApp Ashley, Ralph, or Paul. And please tune in for our next edition. Ciao. See you later. Bye.
Bye.